The government of Canada has extended the grace period for restoration of status. But what does that mean? Before I answer this question, please subscribe to our channel and enable notifications. When you come to Canada as a temporary resident, you are normally here as a visitor or as an international student or as a temporary foreign worker. If you are a visitor, at the time of entry, a border services officer decides for how long you can stay in Canada. If that duration is 6 months, they normally do not stamp your passport, or if they stamp your passport, they won't put an exit date for you. But you know from the day that you entered Canada, you have up to 6 months to stay in Canada. If for some reason the border services officer decides to extend your stay beyond 6 months or limit your stay below 6 months, in those situations they may issue a visitor record for you. A visitor record is a piece of paper that explains for how long you can stay in Canada and if there are any limitations imposed on you. If you are not familiar with the concept of visitor record, I have a video which I post the link up here. If you are an international student, then you receive a study permit. On the study permit, the expiry of the study permit is mentioned. However, if your study finishes way before the expiry date of your study permit, to be exact, more than 90 days before the expiry date of your study permit, then you need to leave Canada 90 days after finishing your studies in Canada. Or if for some reason you stop studying in Canada, then you automatically lose your study permit and you need to leave Canada. In terms of temporary foreign workers, they can stay in Canada up until the work permit that they have received is valid. In case that you want to stay beyond the validity of your initial stay in Canada, then there are multiple options. I have another video about how to remain in Canada. I will post a link up here, but briefly explaining that situation is by default, you can request an extension of your stay in Canada, and if your extension is approved, then you can remain in Canada beyond the expiry date of your initial visitor record or your work permit or your study permit. Having said that, you need to submit the request for extension before the expiry date of your stay in Canada. What happens if you forget to submit a request for an extension or for some other reason you overstay in Canada beyond the expiry date of your temporary stay? In those situations, by default, you have 90 days to apply for restoration of status. The restoration of status is a process that, if approved, allows you to remain in Canada and in fact restore your status in Canada. Again, I have another video about restoration of status, so I'm not going to explain that in details here. You can watch that video. I will post the link up here. Let's say that you came to Canada in 2020 or in 2019 or in 2021, and unfortunately because of the coronavirus situation you were stranded in Canada. The reality is that currently we are facing lots of temporary visitors or foreign workers or international students that they have stayed beyond their expiry of their stay in Canada, and for some valid reason they cannot go back home. For example, their home country is not safe, or traveling back home is not safe, or the borders are closed. In those situations, those people could of course apply for an extension of status, but if they have forgot to apply for an extension of status and the 90 days grace period for restoration of status is passed, they are in trouble. That's why the government of Canada decided to ease the tension and allow those people an extended grace period for applying for restoration of status. Initially, they extended the grace period to the end of 2020. However, as you know, we are right now in 2021 and the coronavirus fiasco is not over. That's why the government amended their public policy and announced that if you have lost your status in Canada, you could apply for restoration of status up until the end of August 2021 if you meet these requirements. Number one, you had a valid status in Canada between January 31st to May 31st, 2020, 2021. In other words, January 31st, 2020 to May 31st, 2021. The second one is that you remained in Canada all the way from the day that you entered Canada to the day that you lost your status in Canada, and obviously you're still in Canada. In those situations, you may apply for restoration of status. Obviously, you need to fill out the forms, pay the processing fee, and all the other requirements to apply for restoration of status. Don't use this opportunity for procrastination. Why do I say that? Because when you lose your status in Canada, then you don't have a status. And basically, CBSA could issue a removal order for you and remove you from Canada. CBSA was not issuing removal orders or especially enforcing removal orders to roughly the end of 2020. However, they have started issuing removal orders, going through the immigration division process and issuing removal orders, and also removing people from Canada. And that's why when you have lost your status in Canada, it doesn't mean that you can wait until the end of August to apply for restoration of your status. You actually need to act today and take this opportunity. If you have passed 90 days grace period, you still have the opportunity to apply for restoration of status. Obviously, if you want my help and my team's help, you can get in touch with us and we will happily help you with the process. Thank you very much for watching this video. My name is Parsai. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant with 10 years of experience as an independent consultant. You can find out more about my activities by visiting settler.ca, our website. I'm an Ashton College instructor. I teach immigration consulting at Ashton College. I'm the author of the bestseller book, 88 Tips on Immigration to Canada. You can find out about your purchasing options by visiting 88tips.ca. Please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to our channel, and enable notifications. See you soon.